here on vacation, and I'm doing 10 minutes of morning calm from here today. And I don't know if you can see the view, but it's really quite something else out the back there. So we got a great view here. And and today it just was wanted to offer just a 10 minutes of calm. Just this is gonna be a little different, but just that way of honoring, the beautiful Christian traditions that we see around us. It was interesting. My wife and I got to go on a little tour, and we saw one of the oldest I think it is the oldest wooden church building in all of Norway. And it was built, around 1000 AD. It's called a stave church. It fit about 30 people. It's beautiful. I put some pictures up on my Facebook page of it. Just a gorgeous building. And with these buildings, it's always interesting to me, right, to just take a breath and to think for a minute and honor for a minute how dedicated people have been to this movement we call Christianity for thousands of years now. And it's a beautiful movement. And when I'm in buildings like that, it's always this deep memory of like, oh yeah, I need to remember, like, these people built this thing that they absolutely cherish. That's why they put so much care into their buildings. That's why, if you go down to Philadelphia, you see old cathedrals. People put so much care into that. It became the center of life, one of the center pivots of their lives at that period of time. And there's a way in which, just anchoring ourselves in that very history can bring a level of calm, actually. To remember that Christianity's been around for a long time, and the reasons why it lasted is not because it's some beautiful recipe for perfection. That it certainly isn't. I mean, it certainly is a recipe in terms of how do we handle mistakes? How do we move forward with life filled with mistakes and errors? The idea we never quite get it right, but the idea that we're trying our hardest. And in that endeavor, what we're trying to create are beautiful things. And if there was a takeaway for today, it's just that, think about in your life, like where can you find space for your particular spiritual perspective? It may not even be Christian, for example, but your particular perspective. Where is it that it can create beauty, or at least witness to a beauty, and then maybe take a step to create it today? Because the beauty of these places, and just being around that and witnessing to that and seeing that and understanding that, and again, 1,000 years. In this church, one of the beautiful parts of it was actually, for me, was on the door. There were all these little markings. And that's where literally over hundreds and hundreds of years, families have been engraving their small little family symbol right there on the door. Like, this is their church. And they're part of this beauty, and they're part of this great offering to the world. And it's an offering that still inspires people to this day, even a building that old. So friends, let's think about that for today, and think about where you can bring beauty into your life, and particularly a beauty that can be expressed through a spiritual perspective on life, that there's always more than what we see, and God's always present, and there is indeed a lot of beauty in it all. So that's the thought for today, dear friends. And what we're going to do now is we're going to move into our little meditation, a little prayer, a little meditation. And then we will not be actually talking to people live on social media today because our times are so off here. But again, if you leave a comment on social media, I sure will respond in due kind. So with that, dear friends, let's take a little breath. And a meditation from the Old Testament. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am. Be still and know that I. Be still and know that. Be still and know. Be still and. Be still. Be. Our Father, who art in the heavens, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, as in heaven, so upon the earth. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we also forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. May the Lord lift up his countenance upon you, bring you peace, and bring you home. Amen. All right, dear friends, take care. Signing off from Norway, wishing you all the best in your day ahead. Take care. Like our content? It's funded by viewers like